What?
I'm at this real weird phase right now where I'm tired. My stomach's a little painful. This is kicking in, and it's making like a swirl of tired, gas, and awake. Where it's like 1 second you're awake, and 1 second you're tired, and 1 second you're awake, 1 second you're tired. So I'm just waiting for it to kick in completely.
Okay. Remember, I have to be in bed by 9.
It's 7:40.
Sometimes when the world is so suddy and people are a bore, I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner. A place with all my favorite toys and games and movies and more. I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 50.
Episode 50. I don't even want to say episode 50. Woo! We're halfway to 100. That's a lot.
That is what 50 is, yes.
That's a lot.
I mean, we've been doing it a year,
Yeah, that's true.
so we'll just, we had ideas for big things to do with 50, but we don't care. We didn't put anything together. Marshall was supposed to be here, but something came up, and then we got a lot to talk about anyway. I got a lot to talk about.
Okay.
But if you want to jump in and start with your week.
How was my week? When did we record? On Tuesday? Last week?
Maybe.
Yeah, no, nothing really too exciting.
Nothing?
Nothing. I've been watching Modern Family.
You've been watching Modern Family for a while now.
I'm on season 8, so I'm close to the end.
Season 8 for the 6th time.
No. Not the
You've only
6th.
watched it one time through.
Yeah. I've never watched Modern Family through.
Okay.
I really haven't.
I just said okay. Well, I don't know what you want from me. I
Yeah.
said okay. You said a fact, and I said okay.
You were like,
and
okay.
you're like, ah!
Not like that. It's really good. I like it.
Okay.
People said the last couple of seasons weren't good, but I don't know. I really love it. I think
Good.
it's a cute show with really great characters.
I haven't seen the older episodes. I saw it when it first came out,
Mm-hmm.
but that's about it. Is that all? You didn't go to any festivals with sunflowers, or
We did. We went to a sunflower festival, and we
Mhm.
picked sunflowers, and we got some pretty pictures. You got some pretty pictures.
Yeah, you are terrible at taking photos.
I am. I'm not
I
good.
don't know how you can. It was broad daylight, and you got a blurry picture.
I don't either.
Selfie.
Whatever.
I
Yeah, you take better photos. It's fine.
Okay.
But it was really pretty. I wish it wasn't so damn hot. Where my back was sweaty.
It was a little warm. We were there for an hour, though. We were like the only ones there.
Yeah, us and like 2 other families. Well, it was their soft opening.
Right.
So
And you broke their scissors.
you broke their scissors.
I broke it? How did I break it?
You're the one that was carrying them.
And I handed them to you.
And
And
then
you went
they
to
just
cut down.
broke.
You went to cut down a sunflower, the first time being used, and you broke them.
I did not, well, I'm stronger than I look, I guess.
That's not true.
Wow. Okay. Just give me no credit at all today.
Okay.
I get no you give no quarters today.
Why would I give you quarters?
It's a
Who carries quarters
Oh.
anymore?
Okay, it's a saying. Continue.
You were talking.
I'm done.
You're done. You didn't do anything this week? At all. Just break some scissors and have your back sweaty. Okay. Okay, that's exciting.
What else did I do this week?
I don't know. I'm not you.
You keep
I worked.
You keep saying things that, like insinuating that I did
I'm
something.
not insinuating, but you're supposed to have something. Give me something. Give me something.
I don't know.
You don't know. Okay.
I'm useless, I guess.
Clearly. All right. So, I got a lot to talk about. I got a lot of things in the mail this week.
Yes, you did.
A ton of things. I finally got my third wave of Super 7. See, I wish Marshall was here because I got issues. The motherfuckers don't stand up. April can't stand up.
No, she's tucked in a corner. there.
Metalhead can stand up, but he comes with a backpack that when you put it on him, he can't stand up. The old figures kind of stood up, but they also had peg holes in their feet. These do not. So
there's no way to make them stand.
So I have to get like blue tack or something and stick it to the bottom of their feet.
Like the putty?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then have them stand that way. It's a bit ridiculous. I like Metalhead. He looks good. April looks like trash, but she always did as a toy. And Rocksteady looks good. Mm-hmm. And then Mikey. So we only need Donatello left.
I like Mikey.
Yeah.
Mikey looks good. I like that he has a pizza box. It's very appropriate.
Right. And I've set this up. I've arranged this. See, I put Shredder up this afternoon. He's already fallen down.
Yep.
I'm at the point right now where, why do I want to spend $55 on a figure that can't fucking stand?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Does looks and nostalgia really carry it that far that I want to fucking put more money into these things that don't fucking stand on their own? Mm. They have terrible articulation. They don't stand. They look good. They look like the toys. But that's 1 out of 3.
Yeah, I don't know what to tell you. I would be really pissed off if they couldn't stand too.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't make... Why would you make a figure that can't stand? Right.
Or at least put holes in their feet. So you can put, like, McFarlane gives those little discs.
Yeah, give a stand. If you're going to make a figure that's difficult to stand on its own, then yeah, you should definitely have some kind of stand for it. Because these aren't kids' toys. It's you know that your clientele is not buying this for play purposes. They're buying it to display.
You should sell a toy that's supposed to stand to be able to stand. Like, so I am having
doubts.
We'll get into it later, but I am having. It's not an existential crisis, but let's just go with a collection crisis. And I always get like this once I get everything in order.
Yeah, you do.
But this one's bad.
What is bad?
We'll go over it later. I got more to talk about.
Okay, continue then.
And it'll come up soon. I got the Boglins, the next set of Boglins, Bag of Bones, Jack-o'-lantern, or whatever his name is. One looks like Bones. One looks like a Jack-o'-lantern. And then my favorite is Crazy Clown.
Looks like a creepy-ass clown whose eyes follow me around the dining room.
His eyes always just look left. So if you're to the left of him...
Nope. His eyes
he will
follow
see
me.
you.
He's creepy. I don't like him.
He's not creepy. He's cute. He's a clown. He's the new mascot of this show.
No, he's not. The only reason Shades is allowed to be the mascot of the show is because he's cute.
Speaking of mascots of the show, I have now... Jackie pushed me to do this. Do a Teespring where you make clothing. And I used to make shirts and all. I have the heat press. I have the vinyl cutter. I have the graphic design background. So I was making shirts for different things, not for this, clearly. And I don't want to do it anymore because it's a lot of work.
And it's hot, yeah.
It's hot. You got to have space for it. I still have the stuff in case I want to do, like, small runs. But this way, you just make a design. You put it up there on different shirts, different colors, whatever. They'll print it. They'll give you a percentage of the cut. And then go about your day.
The leggings look so good.
This is round one. My problem was, like, you can't delete things off there. So I made mistakes, and I added a hoodie, and then I changed the hoodie and added what, and now I got like 4 hoodies of the same thing on there. And it doesn't let you delete it.
At all?
No.
You should be able to.
It doesn't. I Googled it, and it said you can't delete it.
Oh, maybe just contact Teespring. Like, email them and ask them.
Maybe.
But I'm really excited. I'm going to get a whole outfit.
Good.
I'm ready.
I just
decked
want a
out in
shirt that says "Not an archaeologist" and then shaded corner on the back. That's all I want out of life.
I want that hoodie. I want the leggings. I want the mask.
They sell like a beach hat, not a beach hat, bucket hat. You know the a sun hat kind of thing, like
Yeah. Like the beach ones with the big rim.
not a big rim. It's a
That's
short
a bucket.
rim.
That's a bucket hat.
Kind of, yeah, bucket hat. They sell them, sell socks, anything you can imagine.
I'm just really excited about the leggings because they look so good.
Yeah, and then remember how we were going to do an OnlyFans, but now they're getting rid of porn,
Yeah.
so I can't do a collection of clown dildos and clown
There's
penises.
other sites that you can go through.
No, Jackie gave me this idea, and I want to thank you, Jackie. Clown penis candles. It was all her idea. All her idea. And what I'll do is, you can just make your own candles.
Yes.
But you know how the ones have like the little swirls on
Yes,
around it and
yes.
everything? I'm going to go nuts, and it's going to be limited edition clown penis candles.
Okay.
Yep. It's going to be fun.
Are they going to be scented?
Yes.
With what?
Oh, you'll find out. And when you light it, some of them are going to be like, instead of a wick, it's going to be a sparkler. So it just sparkles at the end. Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready for these.
Not for children.
Clearly, if it's shaped like a penis.
Well, you won't know. It's not going to look like a regular penis. It's a clown penis. It's not going to look the same.
Okay. I'm ready for these candles.
Now, if it were anyone else doing this, I would also like make pockets of glitter so when it hits it, it like explodes. But we know me and glitter.
You're not touching glitter, so
No, that's not going to happen. But yeah, so we have clothes coming, and not that I really expect anyone to buy it besides us,
I'm buying it.
because I'm going to wear it at all the conventions I go to, and I'm going to get this. What is Shaded Corner? Because I don't have any links. It's a fucking shirt. I'm not going to have, but like, the logo has microphones. You'd think someone pick it up.
You got to tell people.
Whatever. You say they look good.
They look amazing.
So.
The leggings look amazing. I'm really.
They also have like lounge pants.
Okay.
I was thinking about getting some for me.
Okay.
They're just like,
We're just gonna have a collection of Shaded Corner clothes.
yeah, why not? It's like everything else that I jump into. I end up having like a ton of shirts. Street Kias, Cybertronian shit, all of that.
Cybertronian Car Alliance, yeah.
Yeah. So that I got the Kickstarter I backed, Hell Pug and Velocicock. I haven't read it yet, but it's got to be good. Strictly for the name.
Velocicock, yeah.
Yeah, it's a rooster velociraptor. Velocicock
Velocicock.
and Hell Pug.
Ooh,
So
fancy.
maybe I'll do a reading.
Okay.
We're gonna have Jackie's gonna come on at some point, and we're gonna do readings. We've set that up. So when she comes
I
back,
talked to her. Yeah, because she did the thing on her Instagram, and I was like, "You're supposed to come do that on the podcast." She's like, "It's for the podcast."
Oh yeah. Oh, her Instagram story about me and her conversation.
Yes.
Yeah. What else? Oh, so way back when, I don't remember how long ago, months ago, I paid $200 for a figure that then later we were worried that wasn't going to get made. It's this guy, Doom Shroom FX. Doom Shroom, I'll go by. And he does 3D modeling, and he's working on these Beast Wars figures. So I paid money for it, and I'm one of the first ones to get it, and I'm thinking about doing a YouTube review. Just because he didn't make many of these, and he wants to get his name out there. So, but I want to talk about it here a little bit. You guys clearly can't see it, but it looks great, sculpt-wise. His sculpt is pretty much on point, but the paint. What would you say the paint looks like?
I say it's very like it's not a lot of shading. It's very like monochrome, I
Well,
guess.
some of it's painted
Uh-huh.
and some of it's not. The parts that are painted are dull, and the parts that are shiny are the non-painted ones. So it doesn't really go well together. And the guy who I don't know the guy who he had paint these, but he clearly rushed, and I'm not I'm not happy with the paint at all. I'm going to repaint this,
Okay.
which kind of sucks for the price, but he is making kits now where you can just buy the unpainted one put together. So I'm going to do that from now on.
Okay.
So the sculpt is great. Sculpt is flawless. The paint is not good. The joints are about half and half. Like some of the joints are good. I'm worried because it's a nope, the knee's breaking. It's a rubbery plastic, so it just wants to break. So some of the joints are will hold a pose. He doesn't hold his guns that he come with because the guns are heavy and he doesn't hold in. And his antenna and his feet are just loose.
Mm-hmm. He's got a couple like loose parts.
And the back end is loose. But here's the thing. This is a guy who's making it all on his own. Like, he's not Hasbro. He's not any company that has, like, it's just some guy who paid this molder to mold the things that he 3D printed. So if you think about it like that, it's fucking impressive.
It's extremely impressive.
I'm gonna end up doing a review on this, and I talked to the guy who does this, so I'm gonna have to give him some more opinions because, like I said, I'm trying to move this leg, and it just cracked open, like the ball pin or what the joint,
Ball joint.
So that just cracked. So what I'm gonna end up doing with this one is just painting them, finding a pose, and probably gluing them. So he's like a statue.
Yeah.
Because I don't see, and more stuff's falling off. Because I'm not really, I don't need to play with them, but I'm gonna do that. I forget what else I was gonna say, but yeah, I'm talking to the guy, and I'm giving him my point. I'm trying to be like, I don't take criticism well.
No, you don't.
So I sent him a long fucking email telling him as nicely the compliment sandwich. Like, this is good, but this needs work. And he recognizes it, and he already commented. He was like, yeah, it's his first time building a damn transformer 3D printing that, like,
yeah.
Again, it's fucking impressive. So he already is aware of, like, issues, and he's already working on it for the next one. So
That's awesome.
but he's definitely going to have to get rid of these rubbery parts because that knee's not going to make it. So I look forward to the other figures, but I've talked about them for a while on here at the beginning when I pre-ordered them.
Mm-hmm.
But once he gets repainted, he'll be 100 times better. But that's that. If you're interested, a couple people wanted me to do a review. Like I said, because I'm the first one. He's only setting them out in batches of 4, and I'm one of the first 6 to get them.
Congratulations! No, for a homemade toy, like, it looks incredible.
Yeah, like I said, once he gets paint, because I want to get rid of all these shiny parts.
Mm-hmm.
He'll look good because like I said, the sculpt's there. He just needs paint to cover it, and it doesn't matter if I'm not playing with him, which I'm not. I'm just going to pose him and glue him there to glue him in one pose. He's fine. And like I said, the unpainted kits are half the price, so I'm gonna go that route.
Mm-hmm.
And remind me to email him after this
I shall.
about that leg. Where else? Okay, so we did that. I got all. Did I get anything else? I got a lot. Oh, I got more Muppets. I got Electric Mayhem. I had so much shit. this week.
You talked about the Spawn things last week, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Ra came
Oh,
in.
yeah. I don't think I got the new Egyptian. Oh, that leads me into the big conversation. So I got my new Ra, and he looks great with the other birds in that section.
Mm-hmm.
I posted a picture on Instagram earlier about it. He looks great. Makes me want to contemplate whether or not I do want to use that body for Bast because it looks good there. But I don't necessarily. When I get to figure, I don't think I'm going to want big old boobs on a cat.
No.
So, again, we'll play that by ear. But he looks amazing.
Ra looks incredible there, yep.
And it's not the same head sculpt as the other birds, which I was afraid that's what they were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's good. But
his outfit is ballin'.
yeah, well, he's a god.
I love it. Looks good.
I like that it has like the print on the inside of the cape.
Yeah. The cape, the bottom dressing, like he looks really good. Him and Anubis look
Yeah.
spectacular.
Well, Anubis was the first one.
Yeah.
And then I think they tweaked some of the stuff because, like the silver Anubis that they just re-released, he has black, like clothes, where this one has white.
I like that though.
Yeah, I mean, well, clearly I'm not
No.
buying. Well, I do want to buy all of them, all the Anubises, but I'm not because I don't got that kind of money.
No.
Anyway, so this has started me down a deep hole of Egypt. I've always loved Egypt. I've always had fascination with the gods.
Mhm.
Everything. I've always been in love with Egypt ever since 6th grade when we learned about it in history. It has shaped my whole life, pretty much. And now I am digging in. I'm listening to podcasts about. That's all I do now. I'm not listening to any other podcasts right now. It's just I got 150 episodes, about 30 minutes to an hour each, of this one podcast that I'm absolutely in love with. It's the history of Egypt, and it's done by Dominic Perry. He's Egyptologist. I think he just got his. I don't know. He started this podcast in 2012, so I'm sure he's got it by now. But he started it while he was doing it, and each podcast he goes over a story.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like it's like chapters of a textbook, which I love textbooks.
Oh yes.
So that sounded sarcastic, but I do love textbooks very much. So this has even got me back into wanting to read. I want to read Egypt, like ancient Egypt shit. I already have a bunch of stuff in my Amazon cart that I'm going to purchase and just start reading. But so he goes over a story about the pharaohs, about buildings, about pottery, everything. And he just goes over what he studied and what he's collected, and he's gone to Egypt. He's seen all the amazing stuff. He's got to be in places that I'll never get into.
Mm-hmm.
So he's from New Zealand.
Oh, that's cool.
So I like listening to him talk.
He's got a nice accent.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's amazing, and I've learned a lot. And I've learned that normally when I was into Egyptian stuff, I just focused on the gods.
Mm-hmm.
And like one or two pharaohs. Now listening to this, it makes me it makes me realize that I need to have focused on everything, because everything is so tightly connected.
Yeah.
And me just reading the god's story and all, if I read about the history, it just like
it makes sense.
It made sense, but it's like reading the commentary. It's like or watching the commentary to a movie. You get more information. So I'm now into that. And now I've been watching YouTube, going down that YouTube hole, where I'm watching histories of that. but now I'm also watching history, but is it real history? Like, what's the when someone tries to cover up? What is it called?
Cover it up. What do you mean?
Conspiracy theories.
Oh, okay.
There are so many conspiracy theories,
Oh, absolutely.
but I didn't like. There's stuff that's come out that doesn't make sense. So I'm listening to. I've been watching. I'm going to say her name wrong. She's British, and I don't think she's an Egyptologist. I think she just loves history. Johanna James.
Johanna James.
Johanna. There's no O.
Then Johanna.
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 Johanna James. And she's she's not old. She's not one of those old people. You know those old people.
You know old people?
She's not
yeah.
one of those old people. She's breathing. She's alive.
Oh, good.
And she's got all these. She's opening my eyes to other theories. Now, when it comes to history, I've always been the type of person to recognize that history is written by the people who win and by people who want to control the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So what's popping up is like there's pottery that's done in the first dynasty of Egypt that is carved stone.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect carved stone. And then later it is baked clay pots. And no one and they're supposed to have had only copper tools. You can't carve stone with copper tools, but these are dated to the first dynasty.
Mm-hmm.
So how is that possible?
I mean,
there are tunnels carved in limestone bedrock. Perfectly flat walls with copper tools. I didn't look into it, but her and some other people state that there's been studies with the copper tools that after chiseling on limestone bedrock, after 5 minutes, you have to get new tools because it's copper against bedrock. So there's so many different theories because no one knows.
No one knows.
And it seems like there's these places that once, like these new places discovered all around the world, and that once they start, I should do a conspiracy episode like Good Mythical Morning. Anyway, so once they find something that goes against the narrative of the historical records, the government says they have no more funding and shuts down the site all over the world. There are, so they say that civilization started coming together in cities and all, around 6,000 BCE?
Mm-hmm.
There are buildings, complex structures dated to 9,000 BCE.
I have heard of this conspiracy theory before, yes.
So, how? And there's a flood dated to that point.
There's theories that
It's crazy.
that the society existed before known society that was more complex than the society post it. Like
Right.
There's that theory.
So and then the one theory is that like there was some study last year or the year before. I can't remember. It was 2019. It had to have been 2019. That they said Homo sapiens were about 200,000 years old.
Mm-hmm.
It's now 300,000 years old.
Yeah.
So, and she makes this argument. So, okay, how old is our they're saying, so if we had regular civilization from now to, let's say, 6,000 BC, that would be what, 8,000?
6,000, yeah.
6,000 and 2,000 is
Yeah.
8,000. 8,000 years of cities and civilization. 250 192,000 years of huntering, and gathering.
Hunter and gatherer societies.
Huntering.
No, hunter and gathering.
Huntering and gathering.
Okay.
It's insane. And then all of a sudden, I've been watching this shit. And it's driving
tell.
me. It makes me sick to my stomach.
I can tell.
All of a sudden, they're able to build humongous monuments, just in a blink of an eye, with tools that came out of where? Nowhere. Someone's wrecked them. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And then the buildings get worse. Like, you start off with this huge shit, and then it depletes.
It's okay. So,
but there's a theory that says everything is
cyclical.
I'm never going to say it. It's a circle. It's a roundaround, and
it's a roundabout.
The theory could be that we've been in this spot, mind you, not this specific spot, but we've had civilizations that just get wiped out by asteroids and all, and then move on, and like we start back from scratch. So we could have done that thousands of times. Now the argument is, where did everything go? But I mean, if you have something that's 200,000 years old, it's going to deteriorate.
That is a sound theory.
So,
I mean,
it is driving me nuts.
I mean, history is limited by the fact that it's a past, so you can't. It very well could
now
happen.
I'm not saying anything is factual, but what I'm saying is you have to think about it, and then you have archaeologists that we need to get on this show.
Yeah, because you're not an archaeologist.
I'm not, and I have merchandise now that proves it. So, but yeah, so like you have archaeologists who refuse to talk about it. Like, if you refuse to talk about it, then you're not open-minded, and you're not willing to learn new things.
It's hard.
You have to accept that it could be wrong, because what we know is based on what the Britons figured out back in the day when they first got a hold of all this stuff.
It's difficult for people. I agree with you in the fact that when you write it off completely, you're closing your mind to the possibilities.
Right.
But it's difficult for some people to grasp the concept of a history, particularly in lots of older historical circles. It's difficult for people to grasp the idea of a history before written history.
Right. But there was written history. It's just not here anymore. It's just not our written history. Something happened to it.
But you don't have any evidence.
I know.
So it's.
But I'm not like you have to.
It's the same kind.
You
of
don't
concept.
have evidence for.
It's the same kind. It's the same kind of concept of aliens, right?
Yes.
I'm
not saying that they're aliens.
I know
I'm not
you're
saying that they're not aliens.
Okay, listen, but it's the same. It's the same kind of concept. I can believe in alien. Like, I believe in aliens because I believe that I don't think that human beings should be so pretentious to believe that they are the only beings with intelligence in the whole universe.
Right.
Okay, that's the same concept though. It's the belief that history exists even though we have no tangible evidence of it.
Right, but we don't have tangible evidence against anything until we do. So, who's to say that we just haven't found it, or we have found it, but we're not allowed to get to it because the different governments have shut it down. It's been they have dig sites that they've uncovered things, and then that government. I'm not saying our government. That government at that location had to shut it down because coincidentally they've lost funding.
Okay, so again. I'm going to go back to what you said. We don't have evidence until we do.
Right.
And nothing is believable to some people until there is evidence. And that's the problem. The problem is that people need that tangible willingness
And
to
that's
believe.
that's not even the case with some people. Even if you have tangible evidence, it's not enough.
Exactly.
There are still
Yes.
people in this world who think we have planted dinosaur fossils
That's true.
to play some kind of game,
That's true.
which is ridiculous to
Some
me.
people will never believe anything. Like it's
Right.
it's people's closed off minds. But for a lot of folks, that kind of idea that history exists before the history that we know is difficult for people because of the fact that there is no tangible evidence of it.
But it makes me sick to my stomach because it's
You're overthinking
I
it.
don't know, and I want to know, and
there's nothing you can do about it.
well, is there? Because that has led me to want to become an Egyptologist. So maybe this podcast has brought me all the way around to become an archaeologist / Egyptologist.
Okay, you're gonna go back to college for archaeology.
I've looked it up.
Okay.
I have,
Okay.
and all the good programs are in like England
Yeah.
and all. So I'll be moving.
To England?
Yes,
I would be
next month.
I'll be more than happy to move to England.
Oh, I don't have enough money for me.
Wow. We've already discussed this. I might as well declare my British citizenship because I actually like Marmite and milk in my tea.
Okay. Well, I don't know. You don't get paid a lot, so I'd have to take a pay cut.
No. I was going to say, you're going to have to take a nice pay chunk because I went to school for history at some point. I know how much historians and archaeologists make, and it ain't a lot.
Unless I discover something and become rich.
Yeah, okay. There's not a lot of people that do.
But yeah, anyway, throwing out all the conspiracy theories and all. It's just it's crazy, like what they've accomplished, and I need to know everything. So I'm buying books on the history of like commerce and everything, how they did things. I'm buying a book on reading hieroglyphs because I always wanted to know. I know little bits here and there from my years of just looking at them and trying to figure it out, but I won't know everything I can. So that's my new hobby.
Very cool. I like it. It's an awesome hobby.
So that brings us also to my collection crisis. So I am not happy with a lot of the things I've been collecting. The Super 7s can't fucking stand. They're not making any more Bucky O'Hare because they're greedy. Other things. But like my collection has come to a like I for the time being I will still buy Super 7 and my Egyptian stuff and maybe some Beast Wars that come out. But I'm like, in my head, I'm thinking, do I want to just get rid... I do like this all the time. Do I want to get rid of everything? But on the other hand is also saying get rid of everything. But it is saying that I could fill this whole room with Egyptian stuff.
We do this once every 6 months.
No. It's more like at least once a year.
Twice a year. No.
I don't think so.
It's gotten up to twice a year.
To sell everything and get Egyptian things? Like
not get Egyptian things.
I can put the life-size Anubis statue there.
You get to a point.
I know.
Every time you're almost done cleaning the basement. This is the thing
when I clean the basement.
Bananas. It's like when we're finally there, like when we're inches away from you finally being done the basement. You want to have this conversation, and it drives me bananas. I want this room.
Bananas.
Yes, exactly. I am Gwen Stefani. Bananas. I need you to stop this. Okay, listen. You're not going to sell everything. I know you're not. Because you like some of
Or I'll
this
do
stuff.
what I did last time and sell most of it and then buy most of it back.
Yeah.
Not most of it. I bought like
okay,
4
you
things.
didn't buy most of the stuff back, but you bought more stuff.
Yeah.
How about you sell it all and wait?
I got to fill that need with something.
Okay, research. You got a new hobby? Fill it with research. You want to buy more historical books? Have at it. But stop buying stuff.
So you think I should sell all of it? Is that what you're saying?
No, I don't. I think
Okay.
you like. I think you want to keep the Ninja Turtle. We've discussed this.
But I can. Well, my thing is, I can still get. Like, here's the thing. I'm still gonna buy. I'm just gonna buy more Egyptian stuff for the collection.
Okay.
And we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna get all the Egyptian figures that I've been buying.
Okay.
We discussed. I don't think we discussed on here, but we discussed on our free time how they, instead of Nefertiti, I'm going to get. They have a Nefertiti bust. That I want to get, and I can put it in there with the Egyptian stuff, and it'll fit in just fine.
No, perfectly. Yeah.
And then go ahead like that. But I do. I want these two detoffs full of Egyptian stuff.
Okay. Why don't you commit to selling a bookcase?
Well, no. That stuff. That stuff is gonna that
Yeah.
stuff has room. That stuff's moving. That has places.
Okay, then that's fine.
So I don't know. I'm just.
But that means you have to stop buying everything else.
I don't buy everything else. Not everything.
You got one Egyptian thing this week, and everything else was everything else.
Yeah. Well, the Muppets,
Okay, they count as everything else.
the Turtles.
They count as I'm saying, if you want to commit to that collection, that's fine. But you stop buying everything else.
Well, you got to remember, I'm. There's a whole corner of stuff, so I'm going to make
Okay.
plenty of money.
Okay, I know.
Calm down. You're yelling at me.
Oh.
You're yelling
I would
at
like
me.
you to not use that money immediately like you did last time.
I paid off my credit card, and then we had to buy a roof and a fridge.
That's true. That was a great house moment.
No, I'm not going to spend that. There's everything. I've already got all the figures pre-ordered for that.
Okay,
So it's not
that's
like
still
I'm.
money you're gonna spend.
Yeah, but it's not thousands of dollars.
Thousands? No. Hundreds?
Hundreds of 8,000.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm gonna encourage whatever collection you would like to take up, but you have to drop a collection to pick up a collection. That's the only thing I'm gonna ask.
Fine, I will drop collecting. I won't buy any more Keyforce.
No. You have to. I need something that you consistently buy, which would be Super 7, Muppets, Transformers.
Muppets is new. I don't know. That just kind of
You kind of just went ham.
Marshall. Marshall was like, oh, we should get it. I'm like, oh, yeah.
You went ham. You got on a kick and you just went for it.
Yeah.
So you got to give up at least one. So
Do
Transformers.
I need the Muppets?
Turtles.
I
no,
mean, I like
you
the
don't.
Muppets. I don't need the Muppets.
No.
Okay. Because I still have the boxes. I could just pack them up and sell them at RetroCon.
I mean, I don't think you really need them, babe. I like them too, but you don't need them.
Okay. Anyone want any Muppet figures?
They don't really fit into the collection.
What do you mean don't fit in the collection? Right above the Muppets, I have old school trolls. I got Sanford and Son pop vinyls. Under it, I got DuckTale figurines from the new show.
Next to a Spawn helmet.
Spawn, and underneath of it is a talking Pee Wee Herman and the Woodsies container.
I mean,
What? It doesn't fit in. My whole collection doesn't make any sense. People who, because I don't collect full lines, people are going to come in and be like, you are. It's all over the fucking place with this shit. I'm like, yeah.
you do have weird random things. I mean, again, I don't think you need them. They're cute. You don't need
They don't stand either. Some of them. Fucking Kermit.
Yeah.
Those little tiny feet.
He's very top heavy.
Oh, well, he does stand. Miss Piggy doesn't.
She's very top heavy.
She's wearing fucking heels. You could have figured something out.
Well, listen, the character shouldn't be standing, but she does. Yeah. Something's got to give.
Well, when I make all my money as an Egyptologist,
Yeah, you're not.
after I spend a lot of money going back to school.
Yeah, you're going to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to go to this program, and you're not going to make that.
It doesn't matter. I'm going to be a discoverer. And I'm going to discover that the gods were actual gods. And then they're going to come down to me.
Oh, are they? Okay.
And then I'm going to leave with them.
Okay. Now you're just cuckoo bananas.
I've been cuckoo bananas. But yeah, so... Well, I was thinking, like, I don't need to have a degree to become that. I could just do what I've always done and just research and do my own shit and then learn everything that way.
I mean, you can't.
That works better. I won't have access to everything.
Yeah, you won't have access to things.
I'll just have access to the regurgitated things. But whatever. There's something else I had about Egypt, but I don't know. So you remember that the leather holster I had custom made for me
Yes.
from Savoy Leather?
Yes.
And I think I got it while were we podcasting? Did I talk about it then?
No.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But so turns out that company folded. And you know how my luck is. If something's going to fold, it's going to be while they have my money. Everyone who made an order the same time I did got screwed. And they took their money, and now they sell medical marijuana. They went from leather to medical marijuana, and there's a federal investigation against them.
As there probably should be.
I'm the only one who got their holster,
Wow.
which is good for me. Very unlike me, but I got it. But I saw it the other day, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because I wanted to look at their other holsters, and
They don't exist
they
anymore.
don't exist anymore. I was like, I know the company name, and I kept typing it in, and then I found this whole, like, there's groups. Have you got screwed by Savoy Leather? All this
Oh,
other
wow.
stuff. Yeah. There's thousands of people who got ripped off.
Well, you didn't, so good for you.
Yeah. But I think I am getting ripped off on another thing.
What?
So there's a Kickstarter
Okay.
from Francisco Herrera. He's an artist. He's worked on things from like Looney Tunes. I think he worked on Roger Rabbit. He's worked on comic books, everything. He came out with a Kickstarter for a thing called Retro Box, which is a collection of his art into hardbound books. Last month, they sent pictures out, and they did an update on Kickstarter that they have it. They had showed pictures of every book now in their garage because they had it shipped to them, and then nothing. People have contacted them, nothing. Contacted their email, nothing. Instagram that they're regularly posting on, comments, everything, no response. So I think he's got me for money there, and everyone else, because no one has gotten. They said they got the pictures. They posted the pictures like we'll be getting them sent in a week.
Okay.
That was over a month ago. So
Oh, wow.
I think they're just gonna take the money and then sell them
Probably.
and make more money. This is fucking bullshit.
That is bullshit.
So that's annoying. I was on Facebook, as I do, and I have all those dolls. Speaking of creepy things like the clown, I have all those porcelain dolls that I inherited from an inheritance.
That you inherited from your
inheritance.
inheritance.
that-
That's not a thing. You inherited it from your mother, who
it's-
inherited it from her
Yeah,
mother.
it's a circular thing.
Circular.
Circular.
Cyclical.
Cyclical. Yeah, that's not
Cyclical.
Sick.
Cyclical.
Nope, not gonna happen. I'm never the round around. It's a round around kind of
Can't
thing.
even. You can
And
barely,
so
you
I'm on.
barely say
I've joined.
circular.
I've joined a Facebook group who sells dolls.
Good for you. I am nowhere near that.
One,
group.
it turns out that all these dolls are mainly from the 90s, and that ship has sailed, and they've all the market for them has crashed. So things that could have been like $1,000 5 years ago are now worth like $20. So I'm not going to get a lot of money for any of these. But I have to take pictures. I'll post them in a group. If someone wants to fucking take them, they can have them. But every few hours, I check my Facebook, and there are more fucking creepy dolls on there, porcelain dolls, that just pop up on my feed that want me to buy them, according to this fucking group. So it's annoying.
Better you than me.
Well, I'm gonna add you.
Nope.
Yep.
I'm not going to accept.
Don't matter. I'm gonna add you, and you're gonna have to look at them.
No, I'm not. I'm not accepting. My house is already filled with creepy dolls and clowns. You just want me to be tortured.
You didn't let me get that Cupid doll,
Nope. Thank goodness.
but I got Crazy Clown. And but yeah, there's that. So that's fun. And I have a box of stuff that I made during my college years, like sculptures and all, that I grabbed from my parents' house. One of which is the spray paint can that I turned into a sculpture, which I always liked.
It's cool.
Well, I saw someone who takes like monster cans and turns them into monsters,
That's cool.
right? So I'm thinking, because I drink Monster all the time, I'm going to save some of the cans and
Make monsters.
break out some clay and try to do some sculpting again for that.
Okay.
Make some monsters out of it.
That'd be cool.
Of course, I don't know what I'm going to do with them afterwards because it's not like they're going to sell. But sculpt it, paint it, throw it in the trash can. Because at that point, you can't recycle it. So I've taken something that you could recycle and ruined it.
You recycled it.
So
You sent it through the round of recycling.
after this civilization is wiped clean by whatever's going to do it, and we start back from zero, prehistory-wise, the people can dig, and when they dig up, they'll find these cans of mine that I've sculpted, and then maybe, like, in the next civilization, I'll be known as some kind of crazy, amazing god
who sculpted monsters.
who had minions of can monsters.
Mm-hmm. I can see the statues now.
Yep. Just of me.
Somebody will have toys of you one day.
I can only hope. Speaking of toys of me, Marshall, I sent him the file for the thing that I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna post it on Instagram, but I 3D modeled a little shades.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna try to print it and see how that comes out and see if I have to tweak it or not.
That's cool. I like that.
And then I'll paint them, and again, don't know what I'm going to do with them, but
Or add it to the collection of shades.
yeah, but I don't have to hand sculpt it each time. Like if
Yeah.
sell them when I go to RetroCon or something, have a few on the table. If someone wants a fucking clown, then buy
Yes,
it.
there's a huge market for creepy clowns.
There is a huge market for clowns. People collect all the clown paintings, clown dolls. They're not this kind of clown. This is its own kind of clown. So I don't know. So I figured out why I've been sleepwalking a lot lately.
Why?
Now, I don't know why the reason I'm sleepwalking, like in theory. But every time I've been getting up lately, it's because I haven't done something before bed. And that whatever that thing is before bed prevents me from sleeping, or prevents something from going right. And not last night, but the night before, I got up 4 times in the middle of the night because I got up and the room was reversed and I had to unreverse it or something because I forgot to hit a button or I forgot to do something that would allow us to sleep or something throughout the night. And I kept doing that 4 times that night, and and it jogs my memory of other nights, and that's why I haven't been sleepwalking. So I don't know if that's something that I need to do before bed. Like, I'm doing it for a reason.
Maybe you
and
feel
it's the same thing over and over again. So there is a reason.
Maybe you feel you have something that is unfinished.
No, the whole house is unfinished.
And that it's been bothering you more lately, and I feel like that's probably why you're sleepwalking, because you feel like you have unfinished work.
Yeah, but I wish I could describe what it is. Like it's not to fall asleep. It feels like if I don't do that before bed, something's going to happen. I don't know.
I feel like you're getting more and more frustrated that the house is unfinished,
Maybe.
and I think that's why you're sleepwalking.
Maybe. And last night I fell asleep on the couch. Kinda. I was in and out watching. I was going down my YouTube hole, but so I was watching my conspiracy theories, which again I take with a grain of salt. But there was an advertisement in between those. This advertisement was 30 minutes long because it was its own episode of something, and it was some weird theory about like planes going missing and this is a reoccurrence, and like I'm like in and out of like awake, like I'm awake, but I'm like falling asleep, and I start like hearing things. And I start fucking getting paranoid. I don't know why a plane going missing has me thinking like someone's in the house or something. I'm like, I was so fucking paranoid last night that I left all the lights on until I got upstairs to go to bed. I was like, I'm brushing my teeth and I'm seeing things out of the corner of my eye. Now I know that's just me tired as fuck, and I should have went to bed earlier, but I didn't. So I was paranoid all night.
Stop watching conspiracy theories before bed.
That has nothing like that. Like the thing I was watching had nothing to do with creepy crawlies in the middle of the night. I don't know. But
like I said, I feel like the house being unfinished is starting to get to you.
it's been getting to me. We're almost done. The next. Oh my God! Look, perfect timing. It's 8:33. The next couple things we got to talk about are future shows we've talked about. One is the call-in one, the live call-in one that you have to set up.
Yes.
The number, and I
can
want to
do
put some feelers out.
I can do that next week.
And we have to figure out which show it's going to be and when it's going to be, so I can way ahead of time, like a week or so ahead of time, put that information out there so people can spread it, and then we can have strangers who've never listened to the show call us.
Okay. I can do it. I can do that next week. I guess.
I feel like we need to have at least one more person, whether that's Marshall or someone else, just to field questions. Not that this is not going to happen, I know. But like I said, if it doesn't happen, we're going to just call you people that we know, and we're going to harass you. So.
Okay.
And if you don't answer, we're just going to let it roll. Let your
voicemail.
Your voicemail roll, and chances are you have the number you have dialed is not available right now. The number is 222 blah blah blah. So you're going to have your whole fucking number out there. So pick up the phone. And the second one, which we've talked about with Michelle and Alex, is to do I don't think it'd be live, but a video podcast.
Yeah.
Where we do a peanut butter and jelly challenge.
A blind taste test for you.
He just fucking dug his claws right into my thigh.
The face you just made.
So yeah, they're going to do a blind taste test of me trying to figure out, is it my preferred jelly? Is it my preferred peanut butter? All that other stuff. I'm going to eat peanut butter out of cups to see what peanut butter is what. And chances are I'm going to get it all wrong.
And if you do, I'm going to rapidly start changing your peanut butter.
I'm going to see the Skippy, and I'm going to be like, yeah. I'm going to know which ones I like.
Yeah.
And I'm going to know which ones are too sweet. So I have the only thing I will be horribly pissed at is if I get Skippy wrong. Like, if I like Skippy, that's a problem. Because I don't like Skippy.
If we do this
Here's
test,
the thing. It will be more entertaining.
Everything you've ever told me is a lie.
It'll be entertaining, be real entertaining if I choose Skippy over everything else.
Let me tell you, if you don't guess correctly and everything you told me is a lie, I'm going to be pissed at you because I've spent our entire marriage getting your specific peanut butter
Right.
and your specific jelly because there's no possible way you could ever eat anything
Well, here's
else.
the thing. Here, I've never had any other kind of jelly. My thing with jelly is the texture. So if it's like jam, the spread. If it's jam or jelly, I can do that. I don't know if I could tell the difference between Welch's or not. Like, I always get Welch's because that's what I've always gotten. So I don't know Welch's, but I know peanut butter. And I'll be able to tell you which one. Now,
Well,
you might give me a peanut butter that I've never had before that I really like. That's the thing. But I will not choose Skippy.
Okay. My endeavor is to only do peanut butters that you have had. So I plan to do Jif, Skippy, Peter Pan.
I haven't had peanut pan since I was 6.
Okay, so you still had it.
Okay.
Peter Pan and Members Mark because you like the Members
Yeah.
Mark. So we're gonna do those 4 because you've had those 4.
Okay.
And I want
you to throw in one that I've never had before.
Okay, I could do that. And we're going to see which one you choose. Because I'm telling you right now, if you don't choose Jif or Members Mark, me and you are going to have problems.
I'm not going to choose Skippy. I'm not.
If you do, ooh.
If I choose Skippy, that episode will not ever air.
Yes, it will.
And I will delete this from public records and history.
If you choose Skippy, I'm telling the entire world.
Nope.
Every social media platform for a week solid, Dunkel chose Skippy over Jif.
Nope.
Every social media we have, babe, for a week solid, Dunkel chose Skippy over Jif.
Nope.
Or Dunkel couldn't tell the difference.
Oh, I'll tell the difference of Skippy.
Okay.
There's no doubt.
Okay.
There's no doubt. I'm willing to bet my reputation. My sparkling reputation.
Your so necessary reputation.
Yep.
Well, we'll see.
We will.
Won't we?
Whenever this happens, it'll never happen.
Yes, it will.
When? What? Yeah.
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 Okay. We don't have time for this. Continue.
That's about it. That's all I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me just go through my notes real quick. More Egyptian stuff, actually. Shocker. I have so much Egyptian. So, okay. Let's get back on Egyptian, because this is an Egyptian podcast today. Shut up. I'm in charge. This is my ship.
I'm in charge.
This is my alien Egyptian spaceship. All right?
Okay.
So,
okay.
One, I am befriending Egyptologists online.
How's that going?
It's going better than I've thought previously. I've already talked to one.
Okay.
I already bought her book.
Okay.
I'm going to read it, and then I'm going to try to get her on here.
Okay.
Because she was on the History of Egypt podcast, and she's the one who wrote the book about like commerce and like pottery.
Okay, that's cool.
So, and when she was talking, it was just I loved it. So, I got questions. I came up with 50 questions to ask these Egyptologists or these people who are into Egypt or whatever. I have so many questions. So, and then the guy who does the other podcast, I paid for. I got in on his Patreon, and I'm part of the Discord, which I don't really understand how that works. It's just like forums and it's weird. I guess I'm too old for that shit. But I'm whittling my way. I've already talked to him a little bit, but it's a whole group of Egyptian people who love Egypt. So I'm gonna try to see if I can get some of them people on here.
Okay.
Because they have interest in podcasts, so I want to ask them things.
All about it.
So that'll be exciting. And yeah. But yeah, the other thing, like, I've always had issues when I studied the gods and all, following what goes where and who did what to when and where and why and why was he doing this, but now he's doing that, or she's doing So turns out the whole Egypt god lineup has been changed so many. Every dynasty changed. Every
Iteration.
not iteration. They're like golden age of Egypt and everything else. They've changed it so much.
Okay.
So
Every
it makes,
era.
But the way I was sucking it in is I didn't have it per era. I was doing it like all in one, and
Okay.
it was confusing the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
Now it makes sense. Now, like how I didn't care for Osiris. Now, I love that character, and there's a whole backstory that I ignored. Now it's really fucking weird. With a whole bunch of, there's some man on man god on man god, with semen all over the place.
Egyptian gods were also always very sexual.
Well, sex back then,
Sexually fluid.
They were more open to things back then.
It was very fluid. Very fluid.
Which is
Just like
how do we go from that to like
now.
Yeah.
Like how do we get there? But like because people grew judgmental, I guess. But also the sexuality of gods, I believe, from what I've read, is also very gender fluid.
Well, the way I was figuring out is whoever is the one giving is seen as the masculine one.
Mm-hmm.
And then whoever's taking is seen as the feminine one, and then the masculine one is the one who is the hierarchy, the higher one.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole thing with Set and Horus, they had a whole semen-filled adventure. I'll go over that some other time. But
their genders were fluid.
well, they weren't fluid.
I don't know. I think that I don't know.
They were more open. Like the podcast I was just listening to, the guy, he was talking about the first openly gay like heads of, I don't think they were the pharaoh. I was dozing in and out of that one, but I think was it the pharaohs or people in charge? They were the first openly gay ones, and no one cared.
No one cared.
Like it doesn't fucking matter.
No, didn't matter in ancient Greece and ancient Rome either.
Well, no, you just wrestle naked. And you have fun with it.
Yeah.
But it's just crazy.
Mm-hmm. Evolution of society is weird.
What are you doing, Senator?
Whatever I want, Dad.
Probably looking for a place to poop. She's back in this back corner.
She just went outside.
But did she? She did poop. I don't know. She's snooping. So, I think that's it. Unless you got anything else you want to talk about Egypt.
Not today, but I'll bring more. If we have another discussion about like Egypt, I'll bring more to the table.
You have friends who like history.
Correct.
Are they into Egypt?
I have a few.
No, that's a no. That's okay.
I don't think that era is particularly the era
This is
that
what
they're
we can do.
interested in.
Because I like to think that I know a decent amount of Egypt history, give or take, depending on what it is. And your friends know, and you know other things about history.
Yes.
So what we can do is have a conversation, and I'll just butt in with random Egyptian facts to whatever you guys are talking about. Oh, the Civil War. Yeah, well, the Egyptians. And just chime in like that. And
I mean,
it'll be great.
we could have a good discussion about ancient civilizations, including Egypt. I know more about ancient Mesopotamia, I think, than I do about
I'm not
Egypt.
running that one.
Okay. I will run that one.
I'm going to just sit here and
We will have a historical one, and I will run it.
I'm not going to have much to say unless we're talking about Crispus Attucks. Or Egypt. Then I'm not going to have much.
Okay.
But I'll be able. I'm willing to make things up.
I'm sure you are, babe. Sure you are. It's gonna be like touring Washington D.C. with Andy Dwyer.
I don't remember that episode, but yes, sure. All right, but I think that's it for
Okay.
now. Yeah. So if you want to contact us, it's shadedcornermedia@gmail.com. Instagram is shaded_corner. We have what is it? The Teespring? Is that
Teespring?
right? Teespring shop now open. I don't know the link, but
Go to creatorspring.com and search for Shaded Corner.
Just Google Teespring Shaded Corner. I don't know.
Let me double check that before you give people wrong information.
Well, that's what it is. I don't know these things.
I just want to double check it. Hold on.
I don't know how to link everything. That's another problem.
You know how to link everything.
Like, you can link it to Instagram.
Oh, I know how.
But it links it to my personal Instagram, and I can't do it to the podcast Instagram.
Okay, so Googling Shaded Corner Teespring does not work. Just so you're aware.
Well, that's rude. All right, so
We will figure it out.
the HTML of this site would be
No, don't. It's long.
It's not long. Look, they've listened to this for like an hour and a half.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to buy clothing and you're not on Instagram or Facebook, or that's all we share, you can go to shaded-corner-podcast.creator-spring.com. Easy peasy. You can't get easier than that. I'll say it again. shaded-corner-podcast.creator-spring.com.
Okay. We will also attach the link to the description for this week's episode.
That makes sense, too. I didn't think about that, but I have links for everything in there, so it will be included in that, too. But if you ever need to, just remember it's creator/spring.com, and then it's Shaded Corner Podcast. But you have to put dashes in between.
Okay.
So, again, it's shaded-corner-podcast dot. See, that's where you get to. Creator-spring.com. It could be longer, just so you know. It could be longer.
Okay.
All right. Where were we? Oh, we were talking about Egypt.
No,
Okay,
we
so,
were finishing the podcast.
All right. Again, thank you, everyone, for listening. Thank you for sticking around for 50-plus episodes, because technically this is number 50, but it's like 52. But anyway, thank you for sticking around for a year. And till next time, thank you for listening.
Have a great day. We love you. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye. Be safe.
Sometimes when the world is so suddy and people are a bore, I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner, a place with all my favorite toys and games and movies and more. I go to my shaded corner, my shaded corner.